What is up, guys? Time for another car review. Right out of the theater review. It's a late one, but hopefully a lot of you can catch this on the replay. But I wanted to talk to you guys about my triple feature that I did today. My triple feature day. I had zero plans today other than to just go do a triple feature, go get some tasty food, drive an hour to see it all with my Regal Unlimited pass that I have, and yeah, just not think about YouTube. I mean, I'm still doing a little YouTube right here, but and I have my GPS talking to me. So if you hear me pause a little bit, I'm listening to it through my earbuds. But uh, I really hope you can hear me because if you can't hear me, then that's no good. Because my when I tried to do a voice search, it wasn't working because I think the microphone is being taken by StreamYards and being used that way. So, but yeah, so I decided to just have a day with no worries, no cares, no anything today. You got to do that once in a blue moon, like, well, actually more than a blue moon. Do it like a few times a month, just like take a day and just do whatever you want. Don't be on a huge schedule. Uh just wake up when you want to wake up, do what you want to do all day long, and don't have any obligations. Don't. So I highly recommend that. So, but yeah. So basically, what I did, and I'm gonna be doing this all off the top of my head. When I record via my phone, as I'm doing on my way home, so I gotta have the light on when I drive. But about an hour drive, maybe a little less than an hour. So I figured it's a perfect time to talk to you guys. So I made a few notes. You can see my horrible handwriting in Sharpie right here. I'm going to be looking at that for part of it. Um, but so I decided to sleep in, just kind of take my time today. I was thinking if I have time for three movies, I'll see three, and if not, I'll see two, and even one if that's all I have time for. But I came up here to Idaho Falls from Pocatello. It's like a 15-minute drive or so. And I decided to hit up a new pizza spot because I love New York style pizza. I think it's one of the best. New York or Detroit. Like I like that better than like I don't know, like wood oven or just any regular like Pizza Hut, Domino's, any of that stuff. I'm trying to think like Neapolitan pizza, like but better than any of that. I love New York style pizzas first and foremost. Second, Detroit. But so I was looking for a new spot, and I went to this place called Lucy's New York style pizza. And man, was that good! And they do it simple. You can get pizza by the slice, but they make the slices right there, like on the spot. I don't know if they make a whole pizza or what. They make it fresh. It's not one of those ones that's sitting under a heat lamp. They actually make it fresh, and you just get it simple. You can either get the pepperoni, the cheese, a margarita one, or they have a monthly special, which if you know me, I gotta go for like whatever has the most toppings or most interesting and unique. So I definitely went for the monthly special, which this month it was just meatball and onion pizza. So this is good. Like, I mean, well, actually, I should say pizza was amazing. Pizza was actually really good. Fire pizza. I don't want to downplay. It was awesome, but just simple toppings. Like I would have liked a little more variety of the toppings, but I did get, which I still have, which I don't know if I can even show this on camera while I'm driving, if it's even safe to do. But I got some. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it, but yeah, it's gonna block out the light. Sorry, guys, but in this box here is some jalapeno cheesy bread that I did not get to eat that much of because I had pizza. So I'm gonna take it home for later. But it's really good and really spicy. I had a piece or two, and man, like, whew, spicy. But I love spicy stuff, though. I'm all about the spice. The spice is nice. So yeah, I had that. And I brought some other food, thinking maybe I'll be here for a long time. I was up in Idaho Falls probably. I mean, Shazam. I don't know the exact run times, but I know Shazam's over 2 hours, like almost 2.5 hours, and um, So there's that, and then plus 65 is pretty short. It's only an hour and a half, so that's good, or just over an hour and a half. I appreciate that. I appreciate a shorter runtime sometimes. And Creed 2 is about 2 hours, so overall that's like 6 hours of seeing movies. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I want to get the math right. And then 2 hours of driving, so that's 8 hours plus uh, an hour to go eat, or I probably took a little less, 40 minutes, something like that. Just to drive over there, order, wait for my food, and then eat it all. But or even 30 minutes. I went quick, but um, and so yeah, I already did a review of Creed 3. So if you want to see my non-spoiler review of Creed 3, it is up on well, actually, I did it as a Facebook Live, so you're gonna have to search go on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Jordan Anderson 21, and then just search for Creed 3 review or Creed 3 non-spoiler review. I think I made it a non-spoiler. But what I'm going to do is, for anybody that's watching this, I'm going to start out with some non-spoilers, and then I'm going to get into some spoilers, and I'll let you know. I'll give you the moment that you can tune out if you haven't seen these movies, and I'll talk spoilers. But I'll start with non-spoiler, and I'll definitely warn you. So yeah, and like I'll just get the apologies out of the way up front. Talk non-spoilers. They like I'm close to the edge of what spoilers are, but I'm going to be careful. I'll be careful. Don't worry. But I mean, Creed 3 and 65 have been out for a week or two. So I mean, I think like just 1 week, something like that. But Shazam just came out this week, so I'll be really careful about that. But I want to see Creed 3 again because it's the best movie of 2023. It's the best movie, hands down, like no question. End of sentence. Period. Like that's with an exclamation point, the best. And as of right now, I rank it better than any movie that has come out in 2022. Any movie. It's better than Everything Everywhere All at Once. Better than Banshees of Inisherin, Top Gun Maverick, like whatever. I'm trying to think of the popular movies from last year. I really like Puss in Boots. It's better than that. It's better than a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's better than whatever like Marvel movies came out, Black Panther and all that. But yeah, so and I'm not really going to talk that much about Creed. I'm going to blaze through that one pretty fast because I did already talk about that. So if you saw that, then you know, or you can go search my Facebook page, like I said. But just coming up to the freeway here, we have to like focus in a little bit once I get on the freeway. But it's late, and I'm in a small town. That hashtag small town life. Like I have mixed feelings on it. I love parts of it, and other parts I don't. But the one thing I do love is that the roads are dead, and it's not snowing for once. I've had some like dangerous drives home where it is just pouring snow, and we get a lot of snow here. It's not freezing cold. It's not like 5 degrees or below zero or whatever. It's actually probably in the 30s right now, and it was in the 40s today, and sunny. And spring is on its way, and I'm very happy about that. But sorry for the shadowy vibes. You know, this is the best lighting I have in my car for right now. I mean, I could even like do that, and then you really can't see me, but we'll let you see me a little bit there. See my eyes at least. So, but yeah, so I saw three movies, and how I had to time it out, I had to see Creed 3 first for the second time. I even missed like a little bit of the beginning, but I don't care because I've seen it already. And I already know what happens. But and then I went to go see 65 was second, and then followed up with Shazam. I wanted Shazam to be the last one because it's long, so it's the longest one. I can just let it play out, and it's easier to time out shorter movies with each other because it actually worked out that I had a little bit of time in between each movie, so I could go out and eat a little bit. And I'm trying to cut back on like how much sweets and stuff that I have. I have a well, like well, like most of us, I'm sure we just like sit in the theater and snack on like cookies and candy and popcorn and junk food and stuff. try not to do that. I still brought a few cookies in, just especially. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do kind of know why. When I saw my second movie, 65, I was kind of getting a little like tired and like felt myself kind of falling asleep. It wasn't anything to do with the movie. It's because the theater that I went to, they have remodeled seats that are really nice, except for a couple of their theaters that have not been redone yet. And I was sitting in like old seats for 65 that would seem broken. I had to like switch seats 3 or 4 times because the seats would lean back and like stay back. So I'm like in this reclined position like this for like most of the movie, and it was really weird and awkward and uncomfortable. So I mean, it wasn't that bad. The seats were fine. It's just that I'm like in a awkward reclining position that I can't really change. Like once you sit down, it just reclines and that's it. So you can try to sit up, but then you're like having to hold yourself up and you're not getting back support. That's one thing I hate. Like I can't sit on stools for very long unless they have like good back support. I need back support when I sit down. I just do. So um, also when I sleep, I need a pillow. So I'm gonna have a pillow. I'm good to go. I'll sleep anywhere. I mean, a nice mattress, nice comfy mattress helps, but I'll sleep on the floor. I'm not opposed to it. I have to have a pillow or I will not sleep. So, anyways, but so Creed 3, I'm really gonna blaze through it. It's not even gonna be a review. I'm just gonna say I saw it again. Like I talked about how much I love this movie, and I'm gonna do quarterly rankings of movies. So I should have started. We should have started off the year with what movies are my most anticipated, like as far as the first quarter. But we did our most anticipated movies of 2023, right around the beginning of the year, or like first or second week of the year, um, as a tournament fight. So you can tune into that on the channel. Just search for or tournament fights, most anticipated movies of the year. Our YouTube channel, Movie Hero or Movie Hero Network, and you can find it there. But so once I get to the end of April, around my birthday time, my birthday is April 30th, but then I'll look back and I'll do my rankings of the year. So far, Creed is at the top right now. I'll just say that. I need some more time to think about these other movies. I've seen a few of them, a few stinkers, a few great ones. Uh, like and like I don't really get like okay. I've been hearing people not that excited for Shazam, the second one, because they think, oh, it's not gonna have anything to do with the rest of the DC universe going forward because of James Gunn coming in and canceling everything, and like I didn't really like the first one, blah blah blah, because DC fans like less humor in their movies and they like just like grounded kind of more. Well, not even grounded. That's not even the right word because all the DC superheroes are gods. They are. I mean, besides Batman, they're gods. Or Green Lantern, I guess, like just has a ring, but that gives them godlike abilities. But they just like a more serious tone, I think, and dark. Like it's serious and they like it dark. And Shazam is got some dark moments, but it's got a lot of humor and a lot of lightheartedness, and I appreciate that. Like I really like that a lot. That's why I'm more of a Marvel guy, and why I love Shazam is one of my favorite characters and film franchises in DC right now. So, but we'll get into that a little bit. I'm gonna save that one for last, my review. So let's start with getting back into Creed. Creed is just awesome. Jonathan Majors is like uh, he dang there steals the show. And of course, Michael B. Jordan, he directs it. And I got to get my notes out. I want to see if there's anything that I forgot to talk about. Oh yeah, about going back to my pizza thing. So I love New York style pizza, and so that's what I got today. But they have a place called the Pie Hole, and I really do like the Pie Hole. And it's one reason why I like it. They do wacky like toppings. They do an Idaho potato uh, pizza because we're in Idaho, and it has like I don't know what the sauce is, some kind of white sauce, but it's a creamier base white sauce, and and then they have potatoes and bacon bits on it and cheese, and oh, that is so good. And then they do a mac and cheese one all the time. They do like a mandarin oranges and Canadian bacon or ham. They do like a pulled pork one sometimes. They do uh, like different flavors of meatballs and just a lot of variety. Like even one time they had a freaking ravioli pizza. So like I appreciate that, but their crust isn't that good. It's too thin and crispy, and I hate cracker thin crust. I hate it. I think it's gross. Like New York style pizza should still have soft crust. You can have a little layer of like crispiness to it, but you gotta have a soft crust. You just got it. So I see one person's tuning in. What's up? You can put it in the comment something in the comment section. Let me know who's tuning in or who you are. I'll give you a shout out. But anyways, so yeah, that's that. And yeah, um, so getting back into Creed 3, yeah, Jonathan Majors, like what an actor we have in Jonathan Majors. Like put him in everything. He's freaking kills it. He's awesome. Like I love Jonathan Majors. And I'm just gonna see if there's not okay. I got a message from someone. I just wanted to make sure they weren't commenting on my mic. I think my mic's working fine, but if anyone is watching, you can't hear me, let me know. Um, but yeah, and then also Tessa Thompson is great in there. I like what they do with them having a deaf daughter, and I think they set it up perfectly, ongoing until like she's gonna be the next fighter, and it's gonna be really cool to see a female fighter in there. So that's what I think. I mean, they could go a lot of different directions, but it works really great without Rocky there. You don't have to have Rocky in there, and like these movies keep getting better and better. The first one is amazing, first Creed. Then uh, you think there's no way they can top it. Then they put out Creed 2, it's even more of a banger. And then you have Creed 3, that's even better. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. Like, I need to rewatch the Creed movie specifically to do a final ranking because 2 may be my favorite, but I'm not sure because 3 is really good. I just got to rewatch them because they do kind of blend together a little bit. But, and like I was talking with my co-host Austin because he saw Creed and like one of the things. So this is a spoiler. I mean, I'm just gonna just say right now, it's not a big spoiler, minor, very, 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 very minor spoiler. But if you don't want to hear it, tune out for about 30 seconds to a minute. But um, okay, 3, 2, 1. Here comes the spoiler, the minor one, but they give Jonathan Majors a title shot right off the bat. He does have one little fight against Chavez, the guy from Mexico, and which is cool. And so he does get that one fight. So, but it's a little fast to a title shot. Like, like he just shows up out of nowhere, has one little fight, and then next thing you know, he gets a title shot. But it's because they make it because so. Uh, Ivan Drago's son, Victor, gets attacked by a friend of Jonathan Majors who breaks his hand and like I think injures his arm or something or shoulder, and so he can't fight. And so it's his like way of getting a quick title shot because uh, Adonis Creed says, "Well, we want to do something bold. Let's do something big and bold, and we need another fighter. We don't want to move this date. We want to keep everyone who bought tickets and give them a banger of a show. So we're going to give Dame, played by Jonathan Major, Dame Anderson, shout out Anderson for the win. He's my brother from another mother, but uh, they give him a title shot. They say it's going to be risky. It's a bold move, but we're going to think outside the box. And we don't have anyone, and this is who we got, and that's what we got to do. I just dropped my paper with my notes on the ground while I'm driving. That's great, but I'll grab it in a second and hopefully not fly off the road. But so yeah, and actually, I gotta grab this. Um, there we go. Anyways, because like usually when I do these reviews, I can look up all this information, let you know all the facts about everything. But I just want to see if there's any other things that I want to mention because um, what I'm gonna do is, so we're back. I forgot to say we're back with no spoilers for right now, but I just want to see if there's anything else that I wrote down. I think that's really all about Creed. This isn't a spoiler, but you can tune out if you don't want to hear something about the final fight. But it's not a spoiler. They do something really cool with the special effects and the graphics to make it look like they're fighting alone in the ring, and like all the crowd disappears, and they do it in Dodger Stadium, and it's really cool what they do. And also the music. Well, well, sorry. Let me finish that thought about the effect that they do it. Like it just makes it like seem very personal. That it's just a one-on-one fight, and it just shows like how intense it is, and how like it really is very very personal to each of these characters. They grew up together, and there's some betrayal that supposedly happens with and they have to try to overcome it, and it's really powerful. And I really like how they train. They show the parallel back and forth of how they train back and forth. That's really cool. Of them doing the same thing. Like Jonathan Majors did this thing on a rope that's like really hard to take two ropes and pull yourself up. And, like that is tough, tough stuff. And they're doing like the like one-legged push-ups and the clapping push-ups, and he's pulling an airplane, a Cessna. Adonis Creed is. And here's one quick spoiler. So tune out for like 15 seconds. You can count to 15. I'll make it quick. So one, two, three. Tune out again if you don't want to hear it. Okay, here we go. So Creed, Adonis Creed's mom, played by Felicia Rashad, she dies in it. And I cried both times when it happened because it's very close to home for my great grandma that I grew up with, and there's some like a stroke happened. My grandma, not great grandma, grandma had a stroke, and then my great grandma had some dementia, and it's a scene that just gets me every time. But anyways, okay, we're back. You can come back now. I'm waving my hands. That means come back. No spoiler talk, but I love the music. The music is great too. Like I like already have added most of the soundtrack to my main playlist because it's awesome. So yeah, but Creed 3 is great. See it like on the big screen. Do yourself a favor. See it. It's worth it. And this movie's for everybody, not just sports fans, not just Rocky fans, or like your parents, your grandparents. I mean, maybe not little kids, but like teenagers, sure. Yeah, it's really awesome. But um, so yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about Creed. I don't have a lot to say about 65, honestly, either. Most of this is gonna be talking about Shazam, but for uh 65 though, it's a really cool story. Like you know all you need to know from the trailer going in, and they don't spoil anything from the trailer other than let you know. 65 million years ago, during the time of the dinosaurs, and I'm not gonna myself getting stuffed up. That always happens at the end of the night for me. Like never fails. But anyways, I have some medicine if I need to take it. But anyways, getting back to 65. Yeah, so 65 million years ago, at the time of the dinosaurs, Adam Driver has to leave his home planet. They say what the planet is, I forget, but and they well, he has to leave it because his daughter gets really sick. But they don't show her sick. They just kind of talk about it and allude to it. But and so he has to go off and find help, and he's not able to because he crash lands on Earth during the time of the dinosaurs. And so yeah, but and let me bring up my little cheat sheet here if I can grab it. So yeah, so I'll go back to Creed 3. That was directed by Michael B. Jordan himself. He directed that. 65 is directed by two guys, Brian Woods and Scott Beck, which they're both basically first time directors. Scott Beck, I looked him up. Well, look both of them up. Brian Woods has just done music videos and stuff. Scott Beck has done a few indie movies and stuff, low budget movies. So, uh, I'm making good time. I'm already almost half or over halfway home. But anyways, yeah. So 65 only has five actors in the cast too. So you have Alan Driver and Ariana Greenblatt. So and that's the little girl that's stranded on the planet because they have these like cryo sleep, like cryo chamber pods. When they crash, like there's like 10 people, they all die because they're in the cryo chambers, and the one girl survived. Like he's able to find her alive, and so the actress played by um, Ariana Greenblatt, which if you've seen the movie Love and Monsters with Dylan O'Brien, I actually love that movie. She's in that, so she's great in that. Don't know her really from anything else, but she's really really good. I think she's going to be in a lot of stuff going forward. And she's speaking another language because I guess they come from two parts of their worlds and they don't speak the same language, so they're having to try to figure out how they're going to communicate with each other, which that adds a cool element to it. And the effects are done really, really well. Like, I mean, literally, like you see all kinds of different dinosaurs, pterodactyls, T Rexes, velociraptors. You see the one with the long thing behind its head. Those are really the main ones. You don't really. Oh, you see some little tiny kind of uh, like a little dinosaur just running around. You don't really see anything else though. Those are the main dinosaurs that you see, and they're basically trying. The ship splits in two, and one of the ships is like about 15 miles away or something like that, and they have to try and make a trek that far to go get to the other half of the ship because there's an escape pod or escape like little ship that they can get off the planet on, and they also make a distress call. So there's someone on the way to try to help them, and it's either one or the other, or they're going to meet halfway, or I don't know how it's going to work, but they're on this trek to this other ship. And yeah, along the way, there's a lot of cool perils. They have to climb a mountain, and they're in the jungle, and like yeah, it's just really really cool. They're in some caves. They do a lot of cool stuff in caves and stuff, um, and trying to think if there's anything. Oh, so there's five actors in it. So Ariana Green, but the other ones don't aren't in it that much. But you have Chloe Coleman, is in it. You have Alexander Schiff, which she's going to be in the upcoming Kung Fury 2, which I'm super excited for with Michael Fassbender. If you haven't seen Kung Fury, look it up on YouTube. The first one is a short on YouTube, and it's incredible and hilarious, but filled with action. And it's got freaking Nazis uh, riding around on dinosaurs, and they have to come in like Rambo style, have shootouts with them, and kill the Nazis. They go back in time, and there's just a lot of really cool stuff. But anyway, you have Nika King in there. You have let me see. I think those are the only ones I wrote down. But Ariana Greenblatt, Driver, Chloe Coleman, Nika King, and Alexander Shipp. So yeah, that's five. Yeah. So uh, and it's mostly Ariana Greenblatt and Adam Driver for like the majority of the movie. The other ones are just in it for a little bit, but this is where I'm gonna give some spoilers for it. So this is the spoiler portion of this, and I'll wave my hands like I'll go like that when the spoilers are done. It might be a minute or two possibly for spoilers, but maybe longer, maybe a little shorter. But just watch my hands to do this. But so uh, so three, two, one. All right, let's talk spoilers. So basically, the little girl that's with Alan Driver, I think by the end of it, Alan Driver kind of sees her as almost like a daughter figure because his daughter, since he crash lands, he's not able to get to where he needs to go, and he's not able to get the medicine for her, and she dies. So you get to see that emotion play out. You have some hologram, like it's really cool. Some of the technology that they use from other planets that they have. That's like really cool. The thing that'll examine your environment and like show you different things it, uh, in your environment that are there and identify them and tell them what they are on a little hologramic device, similar to something you see on like Star Trek, but it's kind of bigger, like a little bit bigger than a tricorder. But um, and so he's at one point in the movie, he's scanning the area and he sees this bright light in the sky. and it's the freaking comet that wiped out the dinosaurs and made them all extinct. So that comet is coming, and it says like oh like I don't know, like a planet killing comet is 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 imminent. They have like 12 hours or something like that to get to this other ship, and so they got to try to get there. And yeah, it's really cool, like how they do it and the adventures that they go on. So okay, come back, come back now, guys. Okay, spoilers are done. So, and basically, there's not really much else to the movie. It's just a really cool adventure, cool dinosaur attack. See T Rexes fight each other. You see them get attacked on multiple occasions, and how they survive. You see Adam Driver go in quicksand and have to deal with like some crazy quicksand where he almost dies. But yeah, that's pretty much the movie. It's just fun. It's not going to be one of the, well, I don't know. I really liked it. So I already on my last review gave Creed a 10 out of 10. I don't do that very often on the movie. You got to be one like an amazing, incredible movie to get that 10 out of 10. So that movie got it. 65. I'm going to give a 7.5 out of 10. It's really good. I had a lot of fun. I don't know if it's going to make one of the like top 10 or top 15 of the year. By the end of the year, I'm going to do a show where we'll have one breaking, it'll be a podcast breaking down our top 12 of the year. And then we'll also do um, let's see, we do that. And then we do a tournament fights. They're talking about our favorite movies of the year and what we think is the best. And we'll crown a number one of the year based on who's on the panel for that episode. So, and uh, yeah, so I don't know. I kind of think it's not going to make the top 10, but I'll probably have a top 10 and then about 10 honorable mentions. And yeah, that'll do it. It just depends how good everything else is from this year. I mean, it's early in the year, so right now, yeah, it does make my top 10 of the year at this point in the year, but I don't expect that to hold. But and then let's get into Shazam. I have a lot of freaking notes about Shazam. Um, so Shazam was my third movie of the night. The runtime's like 2 hours. I can't remember, around 2:20, something like that. But um, and I freaking love Shazam. I think that it's great. Like I don't understand the complaints from DC fans. The critics aren't giving it good reviews. It's got about an 85 from the fans on Rotten Tomatoes, so that's solid. But from the critic, I can't remember, like 65 or something like that. So not terrible. It's still fresh, but on the lower end. But yeah, I gotta turn this heat on. I think that's what gets my nose plugged up. Sorry, guys. I start to sound more and more plugged up. But um, and actually, you gotta see me take this because I only try to take it at night and first thing in the morning. And then if I get plugged up during the day, I find other ways like eating spicy foods or eating horseradish or like things like that. Going for a run will help, or you can get your blood pumping. But these are my drugs. The only drugs that I take is some nasal spray. That's it. I try not to take very much medicine. But anyways, um, yeah. So like I love Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I thought it was better than the first one. Like I freaking love this movie. And I don't know, like DC fans usually want something dark but it's like it has dark things in it, and it has its serious moments, but it has a lot of humor, and I appreciate it because the humor works. It's not one of those joke movies. It's definitely not that. It's just more of like a family style movie for uh, a comic book movie, and like Zach Levi is a star. Like he is one of my favorite actors. I love Chuck. I love him in this. I'll watch him in anything. Like, and he does such a great job playing the like young the teenager side of things while he's still as Zachary Levi. And then you have the other actor, which I can't remember the name of the other actor. I can't remember if I wrote it down. Oh, Asher Angel. So yeah, He's great too. He's not in it that much. It's mostly Zach Levi in this one. But yeah, so you have the three bad guys played by Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, and then I won't spoil it. There's a third sister. That's all I'm gonna say. So you got to determine like who that is, and it'll be revealed pretty quick, but it doesn't reveal it right away though. Start out with just Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu being the two main villains, and it's great. They are great villains, really, really good. I mean, of course, it's Helen freaking Mirren. She's great in everything that she does. So even if it's not your style of movie, like I don't like period pieces, not for me. No, thank you. But Helen Mirren's always great. So and she's doing some more mainstream stuff. She was in Fast and Furious, a couple of them, and now she's in Shazam, and even in her old age, she's killing it. So, and then you have Jaimon Hansu, which Jaimon Hansu, like he might be my favorite part of this whole movie. He killed it. Like he got so much screen time. They gave him so much to do. He's like palling around with all the kids. He's going on adventures. You get to see him locked up in his little prison thing that he's in, but still, like um, that's only for part of it. And then it shows how he gets out, and then like he is funny, like but he plays it straight, but he's still like brings a lot of humor to it. It's not wacky humor; it's just kind of like dry, straight man humor with people doing other goofy things around him, and he has some funny lines that he delivers really well. Man, this might be my favorite Jaimon Hansu performance ever in a movie. Like he is so good and so funny in it, man. Like I don't know, like I hope someone comes up with a compilation of just his scenes from this movie so I can rewatch them all because like I mean I do want to go see Shazam a second time, but there's going to be so many movies coming out. I mean, John Wick 4 comes out next week, my number one most anticipated movie of 2023, and I got to see it. So, um, and well, I'm already getting close to my exit, but anyway, I'll sit in the car and then finish this once I get home. But yeah, and then you have the other guy that I like is the guy that played Jack Dylan Glazer. Oh, that's Freddy. So Freddy is like the other, like the main character's best friend, Billy Batson's friend, Freddy. He's great too. They give him a lot to do, and he's hilarious. He is so good. There's a scene where he's trying to sneak in and like steal this little forbidden fruit apple thing from the three main villain, and like he's partially handicapped. I don't know if that's in real life or just for the movie, but he has this crutch that he walks with. And the way that he's walking, the way that he's sneaking, he's trying to sneak in with Jaimon Hansu, but he does more of the actual sneaking in than Jaimon Hansu does. And he's walking all over the place hilariously, being almost like wacky about it, and like it's so hilarious. And of course, we get to the point where my GPS is not going to stop talking to me because I'm going to get close to home. So I'll just try to talk over it because I can't turn it off. So you won't be able to hear it. Luckily, I hear it in my freaking earbuds. But yeah, so he's hilarious, and the guy from the Walking Dead, that's kind of like the plays the dad, like he's kind of like a little bigger of a guy, just stocky or built, but I'm trying to see if I have his name on here. I don't think I wrote it down, but and then you have the rest of the family. I mean, the kids are fun, they're fine, but um, uh, they do something where like they like bring back the staff that Jaimon Hansu had from the first one, and then Mark Strong uh, gets a hold of it, and then at the end, spoiler for the first Shazam, but I mean that came out years ago. That Zachary Levi breaks it at the end, and then in the beginning you see him getting the two pieces back and how they get in, cause a bunch of destruction. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, and they find a way to get the power back and restore it, and so they use it to give people powers and take it away, and so in this movie, all the family, all the kids from the family, there's six of them, and they all have Shazam powers. You see them out doing their Shazam thing, trying to save people and stuff, and like being their teenager self but in adult bodies, and like it's really fun, I think. And there's some really good humor, but really cool elements and cool effects. There's a whole bridge scene that's really fun. But uh, there's this thing where they take one of the kids' powers away, and it's funny because you have all these buff guys in the Shazam outfit running around with like a weird kid. One's an overweight Asian guy. There's like a little black girl. There's the Freddie with his crutch. I mean, it's always one regular kid with the rest of the team. It's kind of weird, like how they do that. But they do some cool things exploring their layer. They have a cool layer with like some really cool like fantasy elements where they have this pen that I think they call it Steve, but it's a pen that can write anything that you tell it to and give you information about a thing if you ask it. And then they explore a thing with like all these doors, like in these caves and stuff. That's part of their layer. Their layer is really cool, and there's some funny stuff. The burning violin, for some reason, they make a joke about a burning violin that you got to see. That's like actually pretty hilarious. And yeah, like I found myself laughing pretty hard in this. Mostly Zach Levi stuff, but man, some of the Freddy stuff. That scene when he sneaks in, I was dying laughing, and then um, and yeah, the rest of the kids kind of forgettable, um, but the main two, like Asher Angels and Zach Levi, just playing the kid version and the adult version, and then the other guy, Freddie, which I want to get his name, Jack Dylan Glazer. They give that guy a shout out because he was great in it. And yeah, they did some really cool things, and of course they have to do the thing. Every superhero movie does it, where like they eventually find a way to have a bunch of demon monsters. The demon monsters look cool because they're fantasy creatures. You have a cyclops and a minotaur, and you have like a big two-headed beast and a lion thing. You have a bunch of cool uh, like Greek mythology style characters and stuff, but it's like all these little like monsters just running around, and eventually there's a way that you take out one thing or one person, and then they all just poof. They fall over or they crumble or like whatever. And so they keep doing that in movies. Stop doing that. Stop it. Like just have one or two or three, even multiple cool villains. But you don't need a bunch of minions running around. You just don't. So that is something that I wish all superhero movies would stop doing. And I don't know if we're getting oversaturated with superhero movies. There's a lot of them, and I'm noticing the theaters. Like it could be like just people still haven't gone back to the theaters in the same way they used to ever since COVID happened. But like 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 the theater that I went to for Creed 3, that's been out for a minute, so it was not that full. But the 65 theater was actually pretty full, like almost like it was a good like three-quarters of the way full, and then the Shazam one was like half full or even less, so a little less than half actually. So not that full for an opening weekend because I really hope it performs good because I want to see more from Shazam because this is not a spoiler. I'm just saying that James Gunn has come out and said that if this movie performs well, that Shazam is going to continue to be a part of this DC world, and the characters from the movie will continue to be a part of it. So I really want that to happen, but yeah, the movie though is really cool, and I like how they use a lot of like mythology, Greek mythology. DC Comics does that. They use a lot of mythology, and I really appreciate that. I think it's really cool because those are my favorite types of books to read. Like I don't read a lot, but when I read, I love fantasy books that take things into the the modern times, like Percy Jackson series. I love that. Chronicles of Narnia, like all that kind of stuff. Like that's my wheelhouse, my jam. So, um, but uh, I guess let's get into some spoiler stuff because there's definitely some spoiler. Let me just look before I talk spoilers. I'm not doing spoilers yet. Let me just see if there's anything that I missed. I don't really think so. Everything else I see, I want to talk about is a spoiler. So yeah, so I'm gonna do spoilers. I'm almost home. I'm gonna just sit in the car and finish the review. But and I made good time. Wow, it was only like 40 minutes, but uh, um, but Yeah. So spoilers are coming in three, two, one. Tune out. If you don't want to hear it, just tune out. I'm giving you some extra time, and then when spoilers are done, I'll wave my hands. But for this, almost the rest of this review, it's going to be spoilers. If I find it when I finally give my final scores and wrap it up, I'll wave my hand. So look to the end of this review for that. And I'm just getting home, so I'm gonna make a quick U-turn. I'm gonna park outside instead of going in the garage for now. Well, actually, just go in the freaking garage. So, but anyways, spoiler because there'll be better lighting in there for sure. So, but yeah, so this movie has two post-credit scenes, and one of them is great, and well, they're both great. They're both really good, but one's better than the other. But yeah, and let's see what else. I mean, the girl that ends up being the third villain, she ends up being bad, but then like not that bad. Actually, kind of good because they're gods that they're like I'm a little confused on how exactly it happened, but their dad Apollo died. He's like the Roman version of Zeus. He died, and they lost all his powers. Now they're trying to get the powers back, and yeah. So there's that. Kind of better light with my headlights on. I'll keep that on for a minute. I don't want to drain the battery, but and so that's part of why they're getting the staff back and getting revenge and why they're pissed off. There's some really cool fight scenes with Helen Mirren where like she gets like slammed through the ground, slammed through walls, and like she really looks like she can hold her own. So and that's cool. And in the end, Lucy Liu ultimately becomes the big baddie. Helen Mirren even herself kind of turns and helps Zach Levi's character out. Um, and then let's see. Let me get to my little thing. Oh yeah. So like I was really hoping they were gonna do one thing, and I really like was hoping it was gonna happen, and then it didn't. But then in the end, I was glad that it didn't because I saw the post credit scene, and I'll explain to you why. But so in the end, they all lose their powers except for Billy Batson because it's got to be his movie. So Shazam. So um, to do this whole thing around the Phillies stadium where the Phillies play. It's in set in Philadelphia, and then there's this big tree of life thing growing out of it, and that's where all these demon villains come from. Oh, before I get to that, um, well, I'll just have to talk about it here, um, and I'll just talk spoilers, I guess. But yeah, so they do something really stupid, and I'll get to the other thing that I was gonna say in a second. But sorry, I'm all over the place. I know, but they do something stupid. Like one thing that I hated, I like really hated it actually. They did something with unicorns and Skittles, and Skittles like they have to be a huge sponsor of Shazam because they're all over this movie. But they're doing Skittles throughout the whole thing. They're separating the Skittles colors, and then they talk about like subduing all these fantasy creatures running through the city, attacking everyone. That like one of the things that is their weakness, or that will turn them, or they'll get them to like you and be on your side, is to give them ambrosia. And Skittles are the closest thing to ambrosia, I guess. And so that they go find unicorn. I mean, it is funny the way uh Jamon Hansu's character talks about unicorns being evil and dark and like you just gotta see it, like the way he delivers it's really cool. And the one little girl, the little black girl, she really likes unicorns. There's a scene earlier in the movie where she makes a little like replica. There's a bunch of unicorns like attacking uh their family and then defending them as their with their superpowers, but little diorama. But they go find the unicorn, and it looks kind of cool because it's like a dark. Because they make them out to be these dark, like scary creatures. They're not the sparkly sunshine and rainbows and glitter fantasy creatures that little girls love, and that I don't know. Uh, that I want to say I don't know if they're associated with LGBTQ, but I've kind of seen some things like associated with that too, and unicorns. But I don't know a lot about that though. But anyways, they find the unicorn's in this dark place, and the first one comes out and is about ready to attack him, and you see the glowing red eyes, and then the little girl walks up and feeds some Skittles, and it turns nice, and then you have this whole scene where they're like, uh, riding around attacking these creatures on unicorns, but they don't really do much with it. Like it's kind of a stupid, kind of wacky. It just feels out of place, and you see him for like a minute or less, just running around stabbing them with the horn. Put the light back on. Come on. There we go. I'll have to do that a couple times probably, but and yeah, they like do the thing with the unicorns and the Skittles, and then it just goes nowhere, and then you don't really like go back to it here, but kind of stupid, not funny to me. Maybe they're trying to hook like little kids or something. I don't know, but they could have done without that. That was really cheesy, um, but. Let's see. Yeah. So the thing that I was hoping they were gonna do, they didn't do it. But then I kind of appreciate that they didn't do it. And oh, that's my hand. I was looking out and it freaked me out. I thought there was someone looking in my window. I'm in my garage right now. But anyways, I saw a weird angle on my camera. But oh, it's late. But uh, so yeah, what they do is at the very end they have Billy Batson, Zach Levi's character has to fight Lucy Liu inside this little dome. They have this dome that eventually covers all about like most of Philadelphia, and they can't escape. And then they have Helen Mirren's character when she becomes good for like a couple of minutes at the end. She shrinks it down to just cover the Philly stadium, the baseball stadium where the Tree of Life is, and where the all these fantasy creatures are getting their powers and like coming to life from, and they and Lucy Liu's on this big dragon thing. The dragon looks pretty cool. It's made of wood or like wood from the trees. It's made of of part of the tree, and um and like essentially what she's doing is trying to turn the human realm into the god realm, and like destroying it and turning it into it. So everyone's gonna die, and they have to stop her, and then everyone loses their powers, but Sh Shazam, Billy Batson, and so they him and John Hansu come up with this idea that's going to be a bomb, because they realize that the staff, if he keeps using his lightning powers over and over and over again, it keeps um, absorbing and absorbing and absorbing, kind of like a big battery, and it sucks all the lightning in, and then he can use that to like throw at the dragon that Lucy Liu's controlling and riding around on, and killing a lot of people, uh and they use it as essentially a bomb to blow it up. But the thing is, though, he has it contained in this dome, and like he's gonna die if he so there's like a sad scene. I got like a little like kind of like chills a little bit. I didn't cry or anything, but I got like what do you call it, like a tiny bit choked up, but I didn't shed a tear, but on this one, but uh, there are movies where I will ugly cry. I'm not afraid to ugly cry, and there, there was a movie recently where I ugly cried, and I can't remember what it was, but I'll have to think about it. But yeah, and so the whole bomb thing happens, and then you see Billy Batson dead, and you're thinking, oh, this is a comic book movie, family friendly. They're just gonna bring him back. Like they have like the main brother, the Freddie Freeman. He goes up to his side and is crying over him, and then you have one of the other three villains, the god who goddess actually, who's played by I don't think I have the actress's name, but she's the one that is the love interest for Freddie in the movie, and she's there, and then the parents are there. The other kids are still riding around on unicorns somewhere. They're not there, but and oh, let's put that back on. It's gonna keep timing out because it's my overhead garage light. I don't want to get out of the car. Oh, the garage is gonna open all the way this time. Okay, come on, garage. Cooperate. There we go. Yeah, so they You think that he's dead. You see him dead. He's laying there dead. His body looks all like charred and stuff. And then they actually like zoom out and that's it. And it goes to another scene and you're like, oh, he didn't come back. Did they just kill off Shazam? And and I'm thinking like that's actually really cool because like if they're not going to include these characters going forward in the DCU, like give them a good send off. Give them like a decent send off, and let them just like finish out their storyline. And if the characters have to die, they have to die, and that's the end of it, you know. So, but then John Hansu comes up because like the whole movie, he's complaining uh saying I'm sorry, I feel a sneeze coming on. Sorry, but and usually when I say it's coming on, and it turns into a false alarm. But anyways, the whole movie, John Hansu's character is saying that I gave my powers to a child. I gave it to all of you, and it's the wrong choice. Like I spent my entire life trying to pick the right person to pass these powers to, and I picked the complete and total wrong person. But then at the end, realized no, he sacrificed uh, himself, and he didn't hesitate to give powers to other people. He didn't want all the glory and the power for himself. He gave them to all of his family so they could be a part. And like family is a big element in this, as it is in most movies, but it's big in this movie. So I do appreciate that. And I'm waiting for the light to click off any minute. But so he said, actually, I absolutely I chose the correct person. I didn't make a mistake after all. And they said that he said I should have a proper send off like a god because he is a god because he has the powers of a god, and so they need to give him a proper burial and a send off. And then cut to I don't know how they got there because at this point he was the only one with powers, and then he died, and nobody has powers, and like the staff is broken, the staff doesn't work, so no one has powers. But they cut to like Mount Olympus place, like a realm of gods kind of area, and they're burying him there, and the whole family's there doing a little funeral for him, and it's like, well, how'd you get there then? But in the first movie, they have Mark Strong's character like doing some little rune things, and he can travel different places. So maybe it was something like that you don't see. I don't know. You just have to suspend disbelief. They got there. So, and they do the a funeral, and I'm like, they just killed off this character. That's freaking a bold move, and I appreciate that. And then, like out of nowhere, well, well, no, then John Hansu character because he has the staff. It's like the staff will never work again. The powers of the gods are gone unless there is some. No, he says that the only thing that will ever bring this staff back to life to work again is if there's a god somewhere out there that still has power and can give it a spark from a god. And when he said that, I'm like, oh, so they're gonna find some cheesy dumb way to like bring the staff power and bring him back, and it's just but they made a bold move and they didn't do it, and of course it's predictable. It's a comic book movie. They don't kill off main characters very often, and so especially the character that the movie's named after, like I would love to see that. Like make a Captain America movie and Captain America dies. Make a Superman movie and Superman died, which they kind of do in Batman v Superman. Actually, that was one of the bold moves that I appreciated. But he eventually came back. Oh, let's get the light back on. Okay. So then, like out of nowhere, you start hearing the Wonder Woman music. And the thing is, if you watched all the trailers for these for Shazam, they freaking show Wonder Woman's boots and like her legs in the trailers, and they give that away. So you know Wonder Woman's gonna show up somewhere, and probably at the end is a cameo. It's like why DC? Why do you gotta freaking do that? Like, or Warner Brothers, whoever. Like, don't show that stuff. It's like I want to watch all the trailers for these movies. You can't always do that because it gives way too much away. Like I don't like it. But so she comes back. She gives the spark to the staff, and the staff can bring him back. And then you see him pop out of the ground. He's like, "Really? I was dead for like 2 minutes, and then you already buried me." And that's a weird thing for him to say. 2 minutes. I mean, they went all the way to the realm of the gods or the Mount Olympus to bury him. So it had to be longer than 2 minutes. But he pops out and there's dirt all over him, and he's alive. Like that, like they didn't kill him. Want want, and then they give everybody their powers back, and then Jamon Hansu like just like he's no longer in prison, and he's just roaming the world, and he's friends with them, and he loves all the kids, and they're great friends. And then at the end, you see them all back at their house. You see them around the dinner table, and then there's a knock at the door, and Shimon Hansu's character, but he has modern day clothes, and he looks cool. He has a freaking like badass hat and like a suit that looks like so freaking cool. Like whoever did that costume choice, he just wearing regular street clothes, but he looks freaking like really cool. Like man, like I wish I had style like that. I don't have the greatest style myself, so yeah, like I'd love someone to dress me up like that. Like he looked really cool. Like I keep his character wearing that outfit, but or something similar. But um, so yeah, and then the movie ends, and you got two post credit scenes. So let's talk about that. The first post credit scene you see, and I want to make sure that I get it right. You see agents uh Hardcore and uh, uh Economos. Oh yeah, yeah. So hardcore and economos. Sorry, I was trying to read my own handwriting that I wrote in it. So they're from the Peacemaker series. So economos is kind of the bigger guy with the beard, and then hardcore is the main female from Peacemaker. If you've seen that, and they show up and you see uh, Zach Levi as Shazam kind of out by some old gas station doing like shooting cans and with his lightning and shooting targets and things. And then they show up and they're doing their like witty, like funny banter back and forth. And uh, Agent Hardcore, that's actually James Gunn's wife in real life. So that's a little fun fact for you. So and like she's really good. Like I freaking love Peacemaker. Like out of any uh TV series based on superhero, that's my favorite one. It's better than anything. Like I really like Loki. Like Loki's high for me. Daredevil. Those are probably my top three. But Peacemaker beats them all. Peacemaker, like John Cena, it was made to play freaking Peacemaker, and the humor that he brings, like like John Cena's funny. Like he's great at delivering humor. Like keep giving him those roles. Keep him as Peacemaker. That show rules. So yeah, but Peacemaker's great. So they come to recruit him because they're putting together, and I'll tell you what it is in a second. Once I fix the lighting, I have to open and close my garage every time to turn the light on. But they're putting together the Justice Society of America, and like it's a great scene because it's like wow, they're actually going there. They're finally doing the Justice Society, which they kind of set up in Black Adam. They had a bunch of characters from the Justice Society. I mean, you had Hawkman, you had Adam Smasher 2, and I forget the other guy. There was a third one, but I can't remember. But and then maybe Black Adam is part of it. I don't know, but I'll say that Black Adam movie kind of wasn't that good. Like no character development, and so you don't care about the characters. Like it's all I don't know. And it's hard to follow what's exactly happening. But they are doing that. The Justice Society, and they recruit Shazam for the Justice Society, which means Shazam's gonna be around. They're not canceling Shazam. So for anyone who is still watching this review all the way to the end, go see freaking Shazam Fury of the Gods because it's not the end for this character. It's not the end for all these characters. It is going to continue. Shazam's going to be around. I'm so excited because Zach Levi is awesome as this character, and I can't wait to see more of him. Maybe in the TV show, maybe in another movie, probably a movie. But so yeah, we will see him again, and it gives me hope. You know, for a lot of these characters. I mean, I think they're going to recast the Flash, and they'll eventually still have a Flash. But it's sad because this Flash movie looks so awesome with Batman '89 back, Michael Keaton, and then bringing in Supergirl and all that. Um, but yeah, like Ezra Miller had to screw that up, and Also, like James Gunn, like I'm not happy with all the decisions that he's making. I don't need to see a young Superman and a young like like Batman and a young this and a young Brave and the Bold and like all these things. I don't care about that. I wish they would just keep it going as it is. Like, don't make the Batman and Elseworld, make it part of the whole thing. But at the same time, like I think it actually is kind of cool to have it be its own thing in its own universe. Sure, like have your own Batman universe to build on and then make it separate. Sure, I mean, I guess it's fine. It's just like a wait and see thing for me with James Gunn. Like I don't know, like this the slate he announced, I wasn't that excited for. We're gonna have an Amanda Waller series. Like I hate that character. I hate Amanda Waller. I mean, the actress who plays her does a great job. I'm spacing on her name. Sorry, I know she's uh, Viola Davis. Is that who it is? I think. But anyways, uh, but the character is so annoying. I hate it. So like no, but I think that's what's going to happen. You'll probably see the Justice Society forming from that and so yeah, so that was cool to see, and there's some funny moments of same type of humor you get in Peacemaker. So I appreciate that. So that was that scene, and then that was done. And you wait to the end of the credits. There's another scene where you see Mark Strong's character, which I can't remember. I, I wrote it down. Oh, uh, Dr. Savannah. So yeah, and you see him because if you remember in the first Shazam, they had a post-credit scene where he's in a jail and he's going crazy. He's writing all these little hieroglyphic things all over the walls and just like being all frantic and stuff. And so it's cut back to that scene. You see all the hieroglyphics on the wall. You even see a little thing that's a hieroglyphic of Shazam crossed out with like a I don't know, like he wants to kill him still, but then you see, and I had to look this up because I'm not that familiar with the character. Come on. Yeah, this remote isn't the best remote. Uh, Kind of sucks. I probably need to replace the battery. There you go. But anyways, sorry for the pauses, but yeah, you see, it's called Mr. Mine. It's a little centipede that crawls through the window, and he's talking through a little translator and just telling him some things about some future things that some future plans that he has. And I think he's eventually going to break him out, but he doesn't in this scene. He just takes out, he says a little spiel, and then he leaves, which I won't tell you what he says. You got to watch it to know what he says. But Mr. Mind is he talks with a translator box, so it kind of sounds like a robot, but he can consume the history of the entire universe, and he can change histories and like change things that have happened, which in the comic books, I guess he's a pretty formidable villain that they have to contend with. So I'm not as familiar with that. I'm more of a Marvel guy, but I really like Shazam. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's the movie. That's it. That's really all I have to say about it. We'll kind of wrap it up here, but yeah, like I had a great time. And if I were to give it, oh, here, come back now, come back, everyone, come back, da 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 da, come back. Okay, but anyways, that's for anyone who tuned out for the spoilery stuff. But yeah, I thought that Shazam was freaking great. Like I'm gonna give it because it's one of my favorite things, if not my favorite thing DC's doing right now. Besides Peacemaker, it's number two. Peacemaker gets a 9.5 out of 10 for a series. This one for Shazam, like I have a lot of fun. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, it's really solid. It's just sad that I don't think that Aquaman's going to connect. We'll see. Flash definitely isn't going to connect, which is sad. And the, so it had the cameo that I mentioned in the spoiler stuff. I won't say, but another character that shows up in the movie that series is also going to continue. So, um, uh, but yeah, so a couple of characters are going to still be around, but a couple not so much. So we'll see, but. We'll see what James Gunn is going to do with the whole universe. But yeah, Shazam's awesome. Like 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 this uh without saying a spoiler for anyone who doesn't want to hear them, like go see Shazam Fury of the Gods because this the series matters. It matters to the overall DC universe. It's not like a thing that's just totally canceled and that's a one and done thing. There's things that will continue on and within this, and there is stakes. There's definitely stakes to this, but I'm getting tired. I'm starting to kind of fade a little bit, so I'm gonna go head to bed. But yeah, um, go see these movies. Um, a 10 out of 10 for Creed 3, love it. An 8 out of 10 for Shazam Fury of the Gods, love it. A 7 for a 65. I think I might have said 6.5. I'll up it to a 7, sure. Why not? But yeah, that movie's really good. So yeah. I think that we have a really solid slate of movies coming up. John Wick's coming up. We got Air coming up. You got the Super Mario Brothers movie. You got Guardians 3. Like you got a lot of really, really cool movies coming out that and like even a lot of these indie movies. I mean um Tetris looks great. There's another kind of like behind the scenes movie that I saw. Oh yeah, the story about the BlackBerry. Like that looks cool with what's his face. And I'm not going to turn it back on right now, but because I'm wrapping up. But from How to Train Your Dragon, the main voice guy. I'm spacing on his name, but that looks great though. And uh yeah, like there's a lot of really cool things. Even that new comedy with Jennifer Lawrence looks actually legitimately funny. Um, and yeah, so there's some cool things coming out this year. Mission Impossible is coming out soon. That's going to be a huge one. I mean, there's a lot. So in the next few months look great. So I mean, we might have one of the better years on our hands. So I'm excited for what this year's going to bring. I have a whole graphic that shows the big releases for every week, and there's a big one almost every week until the end of the year. So I'll try to post that up. I was gonna see if I could. Let me see. I don't think I can. Oh yeah, if you hang on one second, uh, while I load it, I actually do have a little graphic that I just picked up. That I didn't really think about it to add it, but let's add it. Let's do it. So just give me one second, but it's going to show the slate of what's coming up. So it's just loading here. I already okay. Here we go. Let's just take a look here. So yeah, we've already had, and sorry, I got to look close to see this thing, but we already had Megan, so which I still got to see. I haven't seen it yet, so uh, I really loved Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. People have had their thoughts. I hated a Cocaine Bear. I thought it was absolutely stupid. Creed 3, love. Scream 6, love. Shazam, love it. John Wick, I can't wait. Dungeons and Dragons looks stupid to me. I don't know. Might see it in theaters. I don't know, but Evil Dead Rise looks cool. Mario looks awesome. Guardians looks awesome. Fast X, I'll see it. I didn't love the last two. Like I wish they would have ended it with the seventh one, and when Paul Walker drives into the sunset. Um, uh, the Little Mermaid, I don't care about Disney live action remakes. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Uh, like I'm not like over the moon excited, but like a lot of people are. But I think that I'll go see it for sure. Transformers, man, they're doing Beast Wars, and I grew up on that stuff. I freaking love Beast Wars, but it's Transformers. It's probably going to be bad. I don't know. Bumblebee was good, so I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. But the Flash looks awesome. Elemental looks decent, and that's a wait and see for me. Indiana Jones, of course, that's gonna be awesome. I'm trying to even see my own thing. It won't let me zoom in to the one that's after. Oh, that's Mission Impossible, I think. Sorry, I gotta like look right up to the screen like that. So yeah, duh, Mission Impossible is gonna be great. Barbie movie to wait and see. I can't read read all of these. The graphics are a little small on my end, guys. I'm looking at a small screen, so I can't see the July 24th one. I wish that I had someone in the comments that could read it out to me. But um, we have the Marvels. That's a 50-50 for me. Turtles kind of looks not that good to me, honestly. They're like little kid turtles. No. But you never know. I don't know. Blue Beetle with Zolo Metaduena from Cobra Kai. Yes, please. Craven the Hunter's a 50-50 because um, Morbius sucked like balls. It was really bad. But I love Craven the Hunter though. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Like Kraven's Last Hunt may be the best Spider-Man comic I've ever read. It's really good. But um, Dune, yeah, the first one was good. I wasn't like over the moon about like some people, but I'm looking forward to it. Wonka, no thank you. I don't care about a freaking prequel to Willy Wonka. Ghostbusters, yes. Like I love what they do with Afterlife, so yes. Aquaman, it's 50-50 for me. I'll see it, but I'm not dying to see it. And I think that's it. I wish I could read that July 21st one. Looks like it says something, and I don't know, but anyways, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna see if this ends here. I'm gonna exit into my another tab real quick so I can look at that graphic closer. If it exits, then thanks for tuning in. Peace. But I'm gonna see what I can do. Let's see. Doing an exit. Let's see. It is Oppenheimer. Freaking A. That's what it is. Okay, I'm still here, guys. Oppenheimer. Yes, excited for Oppenheimer. It's a Chris Nolan movie where he's doing something grounded. Thank you, like for not doing something convoluted and don't make the music and sound effects way too loud. Just don't. Just make it normal volume, please. We don't need it. But anyways, that'll do it. That's my review. I can't really get in the light anymore. So we'll end it there, but go check these movies out. We got an awesome slate on our hands, and yeah, just wanted to have some fun and hang out with you guys before I head to bed here. So, yeah, and you can see my little Zach Levi Shazam riding a scooter up in the. You can't see me really pointing, but he's right there. And why is everything opposite on when you record a YouTube video? So it looks all weird when I try to point. but anyways, it's so things don't look mirrored to you. I know, I get it. But anyways, you guys have a good one. Uh, get some sleep. Let me know what movies you are looking forward to it. Put it down in the comment section. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. Or if you're watching on Facebook, go to the Movie Hero Network, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing another big giveaway when we hit 300 subscribers, and that's the best way you can help our channel out. Like it means a lot to us. It really does. So, but yeah. That will do it. Tune in on Tuesday too. We're doing Mr. Steven Shepard's Top 128 Favorite Movies Championship on Tuesday. So that's what you can look forward to next on the channel. Hopefully, we'll have some more seen and heard trivia coming up. The last episode got blocked, and for something that we didn't even use in the video for a weird upcoming like animated movie, a trailer for it, and we never talked about that and had anything in that. So I'm working on disputing that and getting it unblocked. It may take a bit, but I'll it'll show back up on the channel eventually. But anyways, yeah. Uh, have a good one, guys. Peace. We'll see you later. See you next time.